Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and thanks for tuning in to another one of my Napoleon Total War tournament battles. This is the final set of battles from round 3, and the only one left to see after this is the actual final. So I'm very excited for that, and I hope you guys are as well. Let's take a look at the tournament bracket here so you can see who has been eliminated and who is still in the running. From the right side of the bracket, you can see that Raji is in the final, so he will join whoever wins the last set of battles in round 3, and those two contenders are Mars, God of War, and your Total War Master. So let's go ahead and take a look at their battles now. Alright guys, welcome to the first battle between your Total War Master and Mars God of War. We're going to take a look at Mars God of War's army first. You can see he's playing as the glorious Prussians, marching forwards across the battlefield. Doesn't look like he's in too much of a hurry though to take the town, so it may leave an opening for your Total War Master to capture the town before him. Well, let's take a look at his army starting from the left-hand side. He has 2 units of foot guards, which are very, very elite infantry here. And they are complemented by a unit of Prussian Fusiliers and a 7-pound howitzer. The general staff is over here as well. In the center, he does have 6 units of musketeers, so that's his mainline infantry. And he's got a unit of lancers here. Actually, I think 2 units of lancers. And it looks like he is actually going to capture the town after all. He is pushing forwards his cavalry very quickly. He also has another unit of lancers here, a unit of Prussian Fusiliers, and a 6-pounder horse artillery. And that rounds out his army, very well balanced. Let's go ahead and take a look at your Total War Master's force. And it's good to see that he is playing as Austria. Not many people have played as Austria in this tournament, which is kind of surprising. They're pretty solid. But needless to say, I can tell right away that this is your Total War Master's army, because all he has brought is German Fusiliers, which is in a long line here, pushing forwards to capture the town. And then over on this flank, he has Hungarian Fusiliers. So he has gone for the full infantry spam. No cavalry, no artillery, just full Fusiliers. That's all he's brought. And we have seen that it has worked for him in the past, so I'm not sure if Mars God of War is going to be prepared for these kind of unconventional tactics. We'll see exactly how he deals with this in the coming minutes. He is pulling his Prussian cavalry back, which is a good idea. You don't want to lose them to the Fusiliers. Could charge them as well, but there's so many units here that he would probably just be throwing away his cavalry. Plus, the Fusiliers are pretty solid in melee, so I don't think that's going to be a valid option. But we do have a couple units of the Prussian musketeers that are moving in to capture this small building in the center of the map. You can see they're breaking open the door. There we go. And then moving into the town, and now they're up on the balcony and firing down onto the German Fusiliers. We also have some of the Prussian Fusiliers that are formed up here, and they should be getting some pretty good volleys off on the German Fusiliers. There we go, nice shots there. You could see a lot of them falling. Very, very well done. They are charging the musketeers that have not made it inside the house. However, the German Fusiliers have almost immediately broken. But actually, over here, we're going to have a huge charge-in of the German Fusiliers. There's 3 units over here. And here we go, the Prussian musketeers quickly trying to get another volley off, but they're going to be too slow. Charging into melee there, and then they are being reinforced by a few more units of the German Fusiliers. Again, just wave after wave of Austrians pushing into the gap. Musketeers not looking to be in the strongest position, though. They're not the best infantry. And let's see how things are going over here. Looks like the artillery destroying this house here. I'm not sure if the Austrians were going into that building or not, but his artillery is still surviving. Let's go over here where we've got the Hungarian Fusiliers. We're just in time to see them pushing forwards. The Prussian Fusiliers quickly trying to bring down their numbers before they actually do end up charging in. And look at the Hungarians coming across the hilltop here. That is epic to see. Even more units pushing into melee. Now, these foot guards should be able to hold. However, we've got more of the German Fusiliers actually getting into the 7-pound howitzer, and that will mean that these foot guards are actually surrounded now. So that is pretty desperate if you are rooting for the Prussians here. Thankfully, we do have another unit of foot guards which is moving in, but the Austrians, or the Hungarians in this case, definitely going to get a charge. Looks like the foot guards are going to counter-charge. And we've got some fighting in the house here, but yeah, the German Fusiliers driven out. And his center has pretty much broken. Look at this wave of German Fusiliers that have broken here. My goodness, that is not good. Over here as well, we do have some more German Fusiliers that made a sneak attack onto the Prussian artillery. Thankfully, the Lancers were able to repel that. But I want to see what's going on over here because all of the Hungarian Fusiliers are over on this flank. And oh dear, yeah, a lot of them breaking. Now that the foot guards are in, you can see that they are making short work of the Hungarians. Oh man, just slams the butt of the rifle into your forehead, knocking you out cold. Look at this officer too, he has his sword out. That's so awesome. Nice job. So yeah, we've got another wave of Hungarians pushing in, but unfortunately, their morale is not looking too good, and the balance of power heavily in favor of Mars God of War at this point. Absolute bloodshed on this hilltop. Look how many bodies are littered here. And most of them are Hungarians, so I guess it didn't really end up working well for him. Foot guards retreating. I'm not sure why they are pulling back, because I don't see any more units here. But we do have one more unit of German Fusiliers coming back down the center. Oh, and here we go. We actually have some fighting in the trees. Did I see some Austrians here? Nope, might be mistaken. Or maybe there were, but they broke. I can't exactly see, but yeah, the Hungarians here, this Hungarian flank just shattering to the might of the Prussian foot guard, which held on against all odds here. I thought for sure when the foot guard was surrounded there that it would have been broken. But I think this is the last unit, the German Fusiliers. We've got 78 men here. And I'm sure that Mars God of War with his musketeers are just going to fire down on them. Yep. It's over, Austria. Just retreat. It's over, Austria. Prussia has the high ground. It looks like he actually may have been going over this direction, but he did not see all of these units that were hiding in the trees. And yeah, the German Fusiliers just routing immediately when the Lancers were bearing down on them. Very, very cool battle. I'm loving these unconventional tactics here, but I don't see any more. Yeah, there's no more Austrians on the battlefield. Deploying a way higher amount of men. You could see 2,300 basically to 1,500, but only 351 losses, 1,272 losses for the Austrians. So you could say that was a pretty big disaster for the Austrians. Yeah, look at the foot guards, 282 and 172, Lancers 138. We got 138, 139 on the Prussian Fusiliers. So well done to Mars God of War. I'm sure that's probably the first time he's seen that kind of tactic, but he managed to come out of it quite well. So let's go ahead and take a look at their naval battle next. Alright guys, welcome to the naval battle between Mars God of War and your Total War Master. You can see that the Admiral for your Total War Master is already under fire from the bomb catches here. Let's quickly run over the army comps as the fleets are moving into position. We have the Mary Rose in the front lines, which is an 80-gun third rate. We've got the Frolic, Centurion, Randolph, the Scion, and then a little space here, and then we've got some bigger guns. The Caesar, 98-gun second rate. The Epivier, the Irresistible, the Pandora, and the Minerva. So a pretty sizable fleet for the United Kingdom. Let's go ahead and take a look at Mars God of War's force. He's playing as the Batavian Republic, and a lot of chevrons on his units here. Very, very elite ships. Good morale, I'm assuming. We've got the Zenitsvoden. We've got the Taragoas, the Alkmaar, the Covertine, and then his bomb catches here in the center, the Rosedal, the Mercurius, and then we have some more 50-gun ships of the line here, the Volgistiers. Probably butchered that name. I don't even know how to pronounce that end syllable there. UIJS. Anyways, we've also got the Man, the Valcherin, and the Raidu du Arlem. The Radwi to Harlem. That one's also a mouthful as well. But here we go. Looks like the fleets for Great Britain is coming in a nice long line here. Your Total War Master, unfortunately, having to stop his general right away to put it under repair. You can see that it is already on fire. That is thanks to the bomb catches, the Rosadel and the Mercurius. And look at that. No mercy here. You can see we've got 4 volleys still coming down on the Admiral as he's trying to put the fires out on his ship. Huge hits there. Another fire breaking out on the deck as well. And where is the Admiral here? I think that this is the Admiral over here. I want to kind of keep an eye on him for a little bit. Look at the Marines like stamping the fire, trying to put it out. That fire's a little too big, man. You're gonna have to do a little bit more than just stamping it out. Got to get some water up on that deck. Huge hits there as well. Let's take a look at what's going on. You can see we've got the Walcheren and the Volgil, I'm just going to say. We've got them set up to fight the Frolic and the Centurions. So these are 80-gun third rates. Meanwhile, the Batavians are only 50-gun ships to the line. So the Batavians have a lot smaller ships than the English, but I think that their morale may come into play here. And is this your Total War's Admiral already? Wow, so his Admiral is already killed. He was standing right here. He must have been knocked overboard. Wow, no kidding. So yeah, your Total War Master has already lost his Admiral. That is not a good start to this naval battle, especially considering he's already down 1 in this tournament. And actually, this ship is about to explode here. Yep, there we go. Huge explosion, and I'm sure the Randolph is now going to be on fire from being just in the proximity of that explosion there. So that's not good. We've got the Randolph over here, which is shaken. It's on fire. We've also got this one over here, which is shaken, concerned from casualties. So this is not going too well. Mind you, we do have the Walcheren over here, which is on fire and routing. So it's kind of a good trade, I think. Although I think the more cost-effective trade is still to the Batavian Republic, really eliminating a lot of these 80-gun third rates early on in the battle. Surely they're not going to be able to put that out. It's probably going to surrender very soon and then explode. The bomb catches just being relentless at this point. We've got the Frolic, the Centurion, and the Scion over here splitting off to deal with the Radwi de Harlem. Most of the other fleets are, most of the other ships in the Batavian fleet are kind of contained in this one area, which is good. The Walcheren looks like it did come back from routing, so I think, yes, Mars God of War is going to repair that. And he's doing an excellent job of protecting his bomb catches here. I haven't really seen this too much in naval battles, but you can see how he's really cushioning his bomb catches with some elite ships here, the 50-gun ships of the line, kind of screening their shots and allowing the bomb catches to get most of the work done on the heavier ships from Great Britain. Because now we've got the 98-gun second rates coming through, and this is going to be extremely hard for the Batavian Republic to deal with, given the fact that they have about half as many guns as the second rates from Great Britain. This one, though, has surrendered the Randolph, so it will probably explode soon, given the fact it is on fire. And it looks like this ship did come back, the Radwi de Harlem. It's wavering, though, which is concerning. This one is wavering as well, the Centurion. And I think he just needs to continue with those bomb catches, start focusing these heavier ships with the bomb catches, because 1v1, there's no way these 64-gun ships of the line are going to be able to best the 98-gun second rates. And there we go, the Centurion has surrendered. It's also on fire thanks to those pesky bomb catches. And yes, the Radwi has routed. Huge billows of smoke coming from the Randolph over here, the 80-gun ship of the line. And I'm sure it's going to explode any minute. Cover your ears. There we go. Yes. I have to say that that is probably one of my most favorite animations in any Total War, is just the explosion of a ship. So awesome. So awesome indeed. Probably not awesome for your Total War Master, though. Let's see how the Scion is doing. It is losing slightly, but the Caesar is coming in to try and aid it. Got the Covertine over here in range to fire, and the Man. Again, the Centurion we saw has already surrendered. The Frolic is trying to focus down the Radui so that it does not return. It's only routing, so it could return to the battlefield if it wanted. But again, the balance of power still against Mars God of War, as you can see. The bigger ships for the Great British Fleet are really giving the balance of power to your Total War Master here. This smaller ship here, the Covertine, not looking too good. It's taken a lot of damage. Not sure where that was firing there. Oh yes, another explosion. Well done. So let's see, let's take stock here. Oh, and the Radui has come back. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ships. We'll say 8 ships, not counting the bomb catches, because they're not really ships that are getting into the fight. They're just firing from afar. So we'll say 8 ships versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships for Great Britain. So they already are down 3 ships, or 2 ships, sorry. Unless this comes back. Because I didn't count this one in the count because it's routing. And oh no, look at this one too. The Scion on fire and shaken again from those bomb catches, just setting every ship on fire. And this is kind of a bad idea. The FPVA is taking 2 ships on at one time. I don't think it's going to be able to win that engagement. Attacked from astern, it's saying. I mean, the Zevenvolden has taken quite a bit of damage here. The Tergo's also taken a bit of damage. Oh, is this routing? It's wavering. I don't know why he's turning these 2 ships around. He needs to get another volley on that so that he can break this ship. That's a very large ship for the fleet to lose. And yeah, it's all falling apart for your Total War Master over here. You can see that the Caesar is routing. This one is shaken. The Scion has surrendered. And the Irresistible is next on the chopping block. I'm not sure if Mars God of War notices, though, that the Radui the Haarlem has come back. And he's doing really well, cycling his ships in and out, and you can see, this is exactly what he's doing. So he's bringing this ship in, which you can obviously see has a lot of repair work done. He's firing with that ship, then he's pulling it back out of harm's way to like this little area that's designated for repairs. He's repairing his ships, and then once it's done, he's cycling them back into melee again, or into the fight. You can see that the Vulturin has taken quite a bit of damage, but it's all repaired and ready to go. So he's probably going to push it back into the fight. Meanwhile, the Vulgastri will come out of the fight and come back here for repairs. So very well done to Mars God of War here. We've got the Man firing onto the Caesar. And this ship is, the Caesar is just focusing on the Radui. But as I said, I don't even think that Mars God of War realizes that that ship has returned. Same thing over here, the FPVA is actually sailing away from the battle, so your Total War Master might not notice that. However, we've got 2 ships returning to the fight from the Batavian Republic. The Alkmaar kind of getting focused down, though, by the Pandora, and it is actually on fire. You can see that there are billows of smoke. And we see the Admiral there. He is still alive, though, which is good. Ooh. Careful. He is still alive. He's going to get out of the fight, and I think he did stop the ship from being on fire. Yes. Well done. But now the bomb catches are kind of a little bit exposed. And yes, this is what I'm talking about. So the Covertine actually coming back into the fight. The Vuldastri has come out of the fight and is going to probably start repairs very shortly. And Lance, I think, has picked up on this because he's actually repairing the Caesar over here. And I think this one is under repair as well, the Irresistible. Yes, it is shaken and on fire, though, so that is not looking good. Come on, Pandora. Hold. Do not waver. Man, it's these bomb catches are doing so much damage to the fleet of Great Britain here. And here we go, look at this. We got the Tergos and the Zevenvolden. Before they're coming back into the fight, they're actually getting repairs. So a lot of repairing being done here. I would take the man over here and start firing onto the Frolic while it's under repair. Don't allow this ship to get repaired. Same thing with your Total War Master. Get the Caesar and get back here and focus down these ships that are trying to repair. Because he's just cycling them in, and then look at, you can see that they're pretty much full health, and they have full morale here once they've repaired themselves. And the Pandora has surrendered. That is not good. Not good at all. The Radwe's still chilling over there. It is repairing, though, so I think Mars God of War has noticed it. And the Caesar is returning. Look at all the repairs done here. Well done to your Total War Master. This ship is as good as new. It is ready to go. However, I am worried that the amount of ships of the Batavian Republic, though, will be enough to best these larger ships of the Great British Fleet. The FPVA way out of... it's way out of the battle. If you take a look at the minimap, it is not even a part of the battle. Meanwhile, we kind of have the remainder of the English ships kind of surrounded here. This one being focused down here, the Caesar, it's wavering. The Frolic, I think, has repaired itself. Yes, so it is moving back into the battle. And what's going on with these two? These two haven't really moved much. Irresistible is firing. The Minerva is on fire. You can see at the very front of the ship here, we do have a pretty substantial fire right underneath one of the masts. And those are some disciplined soldiers. They are standing to attention. Just ignore the fact there's a huge fire on the deck. I'm going to stand by the cannon because that's what I was told to do. Wow. Anything happening with this ship here? Or is it still sailing away? Nope, still sailing away. Cool. Huge billows of smoke coming off the Pandora. And double volleys here onto the man. Well done by your Total War Master, using two ships to focus down these really tiny ships and just break them. All that repair work quickly becoming undone here. Good volleys, though. Returning volleys on the Frolic, but the Frolic not really phased by that. Again, only 32 guns are operational on the man. A return volley from the Frolic there probably, yep, routed the man. Well done. Oh, no. Okay, so we got the Walcheren. No, my apologies. Yeah, the Walcheren, sorry. Yeah, it has sunk, surrendered, and sinking, so another ship lost for the Batavian Republic. Let's take stock of what we have here still. So not counting the bomb catches, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and it's actually 4 to 7 because here comes the Radwe de Haarlem. All repaired up and ready to engage once again. So this is really not looking good for your Total War Master. And look at this ship here. The Irresistible second rate is going in between two ships that are surrendered and on fire. If both of these explode, it will probably A, set the Irresistible on fire itself, and B, rout it. It's already taken a lot of damage as well. It needs to get out of the way before those explode. And how we looking here? The Volgesri has routed. Bomb catches are still alive, though, so he's done such a good job of keeping them alive. You can see the other one is full health back here. Firing on the Minerva. The Minerva has routed now. And the Radwe de Haarlem has basically made it back into the fight here, which is good for the Batavian Republic. 2 ships remaining over here in the fight. All the rest have surrendered or are about to blow. When is this ship going to come back to the fight? This ship is so important. It's a massive 98-gun second rate. Oh, here we go. Is it turning back around? Let me see where the actual fight is. So look how far it has come. You can barely see the ships in the background. Too good. It's almost like they were cowards and they were thinking of like retreating, and then the ship's commander kind of had like second thoughts, or he started to feel bad. He's like, no, we can't do that. Turn back around. We got to go back into the fight. We got to save them. Little did they know it was too late. There we go. One of the ships exploding, the second one not too far behind. Thankfully, the Irresistible was well out of harm's way there, and we do have the Frolic, which I think was routing originally, but may have returned. The Minerva sinking below the waves as well. You can see that the water is just scattered with sailors. So many sailors from the Great British Fleet here are going to lose their lives, and I'm sure that the Sharks are going to have a heyday. This is like the Mandarin buffet for them. It's all you can eat human legs. Oh, that's pretty dark. I probably shouldn't joke that much about it. But seriously though, like that's a lot of men. Like each of these ships, if we take a look at these ships here, they would have had 283 men on the crew. So like times 10, like that's like 3,000 men that have died. Like drowning in this naval battle. That is insane. The Radwy de Haarlem over here, setting up to get some volleys off on the Irresistible. And the Frolic is wavering and on fire. Oh man. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. And is this coming back? Oh no, it's actually under repair. Fair enough. I mean, it's a long shot, but I like the fact that your Total War Master is not giving up. At this point, I think that Mars God of War might have it. But, yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, they're cleaning the deck. Fair enough. Good time to swab the poop deck. Fair enough. So, how we doing over here? Unfortunately, the Frolic has routed. It will probably surrender very soon. And the Irresistible here is moving away from the fight as well. So I'm unsure if it is going to surrender or not. I mean, it's a close battle between the Radwy de Haarlem and the Irresistible. The Irresistible is now steady. The Radwy is wavering. Oh, surely that will actually break it. Yep, routed it immediately. So well done to your Total War Master. Not giving up. Still taking the fight to the Batavian Republic. And Mars God of War, I'm not sure what he's doing with his ships here. Actually, it looks like he is moving some ships around, so he realizes that this massive second rate is out here, and he's actually turning some ships around to go and deal with that. And yes, the Frolic has returned. Well done. So we've got 2 more ships over here. Come on, surrender it. Yes, so he surrendered the Radwy and caused it to be on fire. Oh, and here we go. Another explosion. Not too close so it doesn't rip your ears to shreds. Come on, come on. The actual flag here has been completely blacked out by soot as well. There we go, nice. And actually, it didn't even give the explosion animation there for the sound. Well, that is fine. That was an epic explosion. And with that, the Frolic is wavering once again, and the Irresistible is kind of out of this fight. I don't think it knows exactly what to do. It's taking some shots from the Alkmaar, which is the Admiral. So I'm not sure what your Total War Master is doing here. He's kind of just sitting here with his 2 ships. He should get them back into the fight. And slowly but surely, this ship is lumbering over to the battlefield. Bomb catches, firing onto the Frolic, and it has routed it. And the Irresistible is just sitting here. Doesn't look like it's doing too much, and we do have a few ships splitting off to go deal with the last second rate of Great Britain. So I'm going to make a quick cut here, guys. There's no sense in us really watching them take forever to get over there, so I'll bring it back to you once they actually engage the second rate. Alright, so the second rate has finally made it into the fight, and I'm not sure if this bomb catch is actually out of ammo, but it is not firing at the second rate. Either that or it's lost. Oh, it's actually lost both of its cannons, or its mortars. Oh, fair enough. Well done, your Total War Master, on taking those out earlier on. So that probably does save his second rate, at least for the time being. But with these 2 ships closing in, I'm not sure if the FPVA is going to have a chance to really turn it around. I suppose if he takes out these 3 ships here, then he would only have to contend with 4 ships back home. But I believe this bomb catch is still operational. Yes, they have 1 more mortar, so they will be able to utilize that. We still have the Irresistible over here. It is shaken, but it refuses to rout, and that is the final ship there. Although I'm sure with this volley here, it may actually rout. Yep, there we go. So it is routed. So yeah, it pretty much comes down to the ship, but I don't think that the FPVA is going to be able to turn this around, unfortunately. Oh no! And we had a misfire there. The wrong side of the ship firing. It needs to be this side so that it hits this Svenenfolden. Let's try that again. Come on, Total War Master, get a volley off. You can see, yeah, the bomb catch over here, getting some side volleys with its 5 cannons. There we go, nice shots there. Yeah, taking a lot of damage there, the Svenenfolden. Come on, the FPVA. 65 guns left, 229 crew members. Go ahead and just turn off the minimap because this is basically where the end fight is. You can see that the Irresistible over there is on fire. And I believe the other ship has just routed. Nice volleys there onto the Tergos as it comes in. Not sure. It looks like they are going to kind of crash into each other a bit. That would have been a disaster in real life. Nice hits there. Well done. The FPV, though, still steady, considering it is the last ship on the battlefield. It is going out with a fight. The Svenenfolden shaken from those volleys from the massive second rate. Well done. The Tergos is kind of turning around for another shot. Looks like the bomb catch is content to not be in this battle. I think it is just sailing back. It's really not going to be able to do much anyways. Here we go, a lot more crew members over here for the United Kingdom. And it may actually rout this Svenenfolden. And it's getting some volleys on the Mercurius as well. Come on, break this ship. You can do this, come back. Yes, he's routed it. Well done. So now he just needs to focus down the Tergos, and then he's free to maybe repair a little bit more. If he can repair and then move back into the actual battle, he might be able to pick off these Batavian ships one by one. You can see the man is looking in pretty dire straits. This one is surrendered, so it's out. The Covertine is also in dire straits, so really it's only the Volgestri, this bomb catch, and the Admiral that are going to pose it a threat. So this could be a very close battle indeed, guys. And this actually is one of the longest naval battles that we've had. We're down to 9 minutes on the 40-minute timer. So both players here really trying to secure a win. Here goes the Tergos coming in behind the FPVA, the massive second rate, probably getting ready for a volley. I'm sure the FPVA is going to return volley. Oh, it actually gets the first volley off. Nice. There we go, though. Return volley ripping into the side of the massive second rate. But nothing is phasing it. It's just so strong. And yes, you can see this Svenenfolden over here was trying to repair, but it also got a volley off on that ship as well. Another good shot there. I don't know how long this ship can last, though, is the only thing. Yeah, see, now it's not starting to look too good. It's actually wavering. Oh, no. Hold out, FPVA. Don't break. One more volley, and surely it is going to break. And Mars God of War knows this. You can see he set up his path here. He's ready to fire it with all available cannons. There's a volley from the Svenenfolden. Oh, my goodness. absolute fight. Still holding, and look at this. The Terragos is actually wavering, but annoyingly, Mars God of War repairing these Venenfolden completely, and it is moving back into the battle. That's gotta be frustrating. And yep, they're ready to volley, hitting the back of the FPVA. It is once again shaken. Surely that should rout this thing. What is this made of? This thing is a tank. Like, it's wavering, it takes a full volley. Yeah, there we go, it's finally routing. I was gonna say. Oh, and this Venenfolden actually is shaken as well. Come on, don't give up. Don't give up. Okay, it's getting some couple of cannons there on the back are getting some volleys. Can you actually see those cannons? No, it doesn't look like it. But it's turning around. Oh no, it's wavering, it's routing. Oh, that's probably it for your Total War Master. Yeah, that was his last ship, so it's over. Oh, what a fight. Imperador Mars, or Mars God of War, they both deployed 10 ships, only lost 1 though. Unfortunately, your Total War Master lost 9 of those ships, and I think it mostly came down to the bomb catch. The bomb catch is getting so many kills. The Rosendahl, 463, we've got the Mercurius, yeah, that was one of the bomb catches. Oh, actually, yeah, these were both the bomb catches, that's why. 316 and 463. So well done. So Mars God of War will be facing Raji in the final round of the tournament. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. And I will see you in the next one.